Hey, this is Glenn. Welcome to another episode of Difficult Questions. This one, who gets freedom when? This really has to do with our homeless population. I guess you could call me a homeless advocate. Ever since 2010, the housing crisis, I've been trying to solve homelessness in the U.S. And I've made documentaries about it, and films and books. But people are really tired of drug addicts and mentally ill people. They're tired of all of the people on the street. And in the past 10 years, we've had this idea of harm reduction and housing first. But for one reason or another, the homeless on the street have not reduced. So people are getting frustrated. And I have a concern that with this new administration, Trump is going to need a win, and he's going to start influencing states to clean their streets. And I think the public isn't going to protest. So my concern is we will go back to internment camps and insane asylums, but this time for homeless people. We got rid of state-funded insane asylums because they were really expensive and people were being neglected. Everyone got a bad taste in their mouth from them. So then the quick answer was just to release them, be free. And part of the problem that we have now is because of that. We do not incarcerate people unless they break a law. If you break a law, we can take away your freedoms. We can tell you where to go, where to be, and how to live your life. But if you don't break a law, we don't take those freedoms away. We actually hold those very dear to us. So just because you want to sleep outside, no one's going to say, well, you have to go to this internment camp, or you have, just because you are talking to yourself, no one's going to say, well, you have to go to this insane asylum. But I think it may happen. And if it does happen, what does that look like? What freedoms do we take away from who and when? In Burbank, where I live, we have a guy that I've talked to, and he's always kind of dirty. He doesn't really smell too bad, but he carries all these bags around. And he is not visually pleasing to look at. He doesn't accept help. When you talk to him, he's pretty much on a mission from God to walk the earth. So he's a little what I would call touched. Do we take his freedoms away? Now, that guy is not violent, but do we just not like his look? Do we not like that he sleeps on our sidewalks? So do we then put him somewhere? And then if we put him somewhere, if we open up insane asylums and if we open up internment camps, are we willing to spend the money that it will take to take care of these people? Because it's going to cost a lot of money. I always say that if you can't take care of yourself, it takes more than 3 full-time jobs to take care of you. And a system like that gets very expensive. So are we willing to spend that money? Where is that money coming from? And how much are we willing to spend? Because you're also paying for people to incarcerate difficult people. And we know prison guards and prison system, it's not the best thing. It's not a fun job. So when you are a hospital orderly dealing with mentally ill people, trying to restrain them and restrain them in ways that we deem humane, how fun is that? Who wants to do that job? And how much are we going to pay those people? So the logistics of internment camps and insane asylums just to clear our streets, to take away people's freedoms that haven't broken laws, I think it's pretty financially daunting. Now, arguably, we will always have the money. We, in the United States, we are a rich country. So we will make that a priority. But for how long will that be politically supported? I don't know. What are your thoughts? Who gets their freedoms taken away if it isn't just people who break the law? And is there a certain lifestyle that we will allow until we put you in an internment camp? What is that lifestyle? Is it a certain type of mental illness that we will accept until we take your freedoms away and put you in an insane asylum? These are really difficult questions, and I don't necessarily have an answer other than one that would cost a lot of money. Thanks.